I'm Kit Laser, and welcome to my crib. I thought it would be a fun thing to show you where all the magic happens, where I film the videos and do a big, long, deep dive into physical media, which I think is extremely important and is one of my most cherished hobbies. This is probably what you want to see most. People that collect DVDs and Blu-rays love this stuff. I've been meaning to do this for a while. Also, that's my cat, Snickle Fritz. She will be in and out of the video. She refused to leave. This is her home. This is her home. As far as my organization, I don't know how many movies I have. It's a couple thousand. There are some downstairs. There's a few in a pile back there that are just like seasons of 30 Rock and Community. I tried to separate them from Blu-rays, which is what I mostly have because I've been trying to convert all of my DVDs to Blu-rays. And then the DVDs are down at the bottom. Most people will be disgusted by my system because the Criterions, the Arrow, the Second Sight, the Umbrella Entertainment, the Steel books are all mixed together with each other. But I have to keep them alphabetical or I won't know what I have. I've done it before where I go buy 6 or 7 at the same time. And 2 of them, when I get home, I find out I already own and I have to like give them away or sell them back or do whatever I got to do. And so until I like catalog them, which I know there's an app for that, I've just never bothered to, I have to keep them all mixed in together. Now, the ones that are like on their side are like Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel. I don't know why I have that. Are just not organized yet. Every time, since I keep them alphabetical, every time I buy a new movie, I have to move everything down 1 or 3 or whatever and put that where it goes. And I just haven't done that yet for all of these. Some of the ones up top are just either too big or I love them so much I like to show them off. It's like this is a Dark Knight box set. This is the John Wick chapters 1 through 3 collectible box set that looks like the Ruscaroma book. I've got the Interstellar 10th anniversary release, the Titanic 25th anniversary release. That is a Godzilla -1 box set that I love. The complete 4K Game of Thrones series, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Steelbook. There's a lot going on back here. I'm pretty overwhelmed by it. So I'm just going to pick out maybe 10 of my favorite pieces that I have that I think people would like to see, and we'll go from there. Starting out, definitely this Umbrella Entertainment release of Showgirls. This was expensive, and I absolutely had to have it. This is a movie that not a lot of people enjoy, that I think warrants a revisit. I want people to apologize for it and to it and rewatch it the same way that they do like the Star Wars prequels. But that's one of my favorites in the set, regardless. It's so cool. There's a giant booklet in there. One of the most rare things that I have is this Shape of Water steelbook that it's out of print. Guillermo del Toro is one of my absolute most favorite directors. And when I saw this, I think it was like a half-price books, like in the glass case or whatever. And I had to have it. I spent way too much money on that. Oh, the Criterion release. A lot of the Criterions are so awesome, as you know, but I got the Anora Criterion release. And I think it's just one of the best looking, and I adore this movie. I think it's incredible. One of those rare instances where something wins Best Picture and you're like, yeah, that is the best picture. There's so much cool stuff here. I don't even like this movie that much, but I was just talking about it before we started filming. This is such a gorgeous steelbook release, the Black Panther Wakanda Forever steelbook. It's a decent movie. It's not that great, but the steelbook is way better than it has any rights to be. I have 2, and this is the better looking one. Steelbooks for Shaun of the Dead, one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time, Edgar Wright's masterpiece. The other one's out of print, so that one's cool too, but this one is better looking. This is worth mentioning. One of the coolest things about doing what I do is that people send me things, which we'll go through a lot of the stuff that studios have sent me over the years. But one of the coolest things that I get sent, and I love this Kiyoshi Kurosawa Pulse copy, by the way, but Neon is a film studio that will actually send a box set of their entire slate each year. And like this one has Anora, Babes, Cuckoo, Handling the Undead, Immaculate, Long Legs, Stress Position, Seed of the Sacred Fig. But these are, you can't feel it, but this is like really solid and gorgeous. And I look forward to getting these every year. And I'm actually a little bit hammy about it. Like last year, all the other critics, like the real critics, got all theirs way before I did. And I actually emailed Neon like, hey, is the box coming? Or which is pathetic, but totally worth it because then I got it. I got the Andor Season 1 Steelbook. It's so important to have physical media because a lot of times these will get taken off of the streaming services and they're not available anywhere else. Like I have Westworld Season 1, which is a masterpiece, and HBO just took it off their site. And you can't watch it if you don't have that. Like I said, I would be happy to talk about the physical media that I own all day. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, we could do multiple other videos where I highlight certain pieces. Oh, I should have talked about the Hunger Games box set, Steelbook. Too late now. Damn, I didn't know I got Hackers. That's a cool Steelbook, dude. I forgot I bought that. We should watch that. Okay, I've got lots of other cool stuff in this tiny room that I thought you guys might want to see. First and foremost, this is Dark Sister. This is the Valyrian steel sword first wielded by Visenya Targaryen and then handed down, most commonly seen in the hands of Daemon Targaryen in the show House of the Dragon. Love it so much. And actually, listeners of the podcast Streaming Things, which I host with my friends, also sent me another version of Dark Sister, but this one's letter opener sized. So I have two Dark Sisters. Let's start over here. Lots of cool posters on the wall. Big Lebowski, Babylon, one of the most underrated movies of the 21st century. My Neighbor Totoro. Of course, you've got the Tombstone, Doc Holliday, I'll Be Your Huckleberry, Say When, Say When. All of these toys here, except for the Superman over there, the Lex Luthor Superman, are Lord of the Rings toys from the original releases. So 2001 through 2003. And I got these all at the same time. I wasn't collecting them or anything. This was like 2 years ago. Pretty awesome stuff. Unopened, Aowen, Aragorn, Legolas, all kinds of cool shit. I don't know what they're worth, but they're lovely. And over here, if you're interested in like the behind the scenes content creator stuff, this is my little calendar. Every month, what I do is I list out all of the movies and TV shows coming out. And so if I'm going to make a video that day, a lot of my personal content is just what came out today. So I can talk about the show and whether or not it's worth watching or do all the movies that released this weekend. You can see August is packed, so it's overwhelming. Like I missed a ton of them on August 1st. Sometimes you just don't want to watch them. You know what I mean? I only watched Naked Gun and Chief of War on that list. And then movies that came out this year that I missed, I kind of keep in general down here so I can catch up before like an end of the year recap. And as I watch them, I make a list over here. So I might do an end of the month recap at the end of the month. That kind of stuff. So that's what I do. It's really helpful for me. Otherwise, I get super overwhelmed. I sit right here and make my videos and I look up to the left. Oh shit, that came out today. Maybe I got a screener from a studio weeks ago, but it's time to talk about it. Because I found that most people don't really care until they can watch it. And then it doesn't get more behind the scenes than this. This is where I actually make all of my videos. I sit here, a little caddy corner. I use those two lights and then the key light overhead. I set my microphone here, but that's what I'm using now. This is my tripod that I actually just rigged this. This is an old broken ring light. And I kept the phone holder part and screwed it on to a light tripod that I used back when we used to make short films. And that's what I've been using for like 4 years. And some of my most precious sentimental items are up here. We won't go into all of those. This is one of the times I met Kevin Smith when Yoga Hosers came out and he signed that poster. John Wick is one of my favorite franchises of all time. And the movie studio sent me this, I forget what this is called. Sand time holder. What are this called, dude? Hourglass. They sent me this hourglass. That's what that is for chapter 4. I love it so much. So I keep that up there. Listeners of the pod sent me this Kit Laser Funko Pop. I got my own Funko. So that sits up there to remind me that people do care. All kinds of cool stuff like that. This is where most of the magic goes down, though. This desk right here. This wall is equally overwhelming. Over here, a lot of this I've collected, but most of it is just sent to me as PR packages from movie studios. And I don't keep everything that they send me. I'll be completely honest. I donate that to friends and family. But I have kept a lot of it. Some of my favorite things are just things that look cool, like my signed Buddy Christ here, sent to me when Dogma got re-released recently. This is a little pen that I got. I forget why, but they just gave this to me at some point when I was at the Cannes Film Festival. That was one of the coolest things I've ever done. A lot of these popcorn buckets I bought. The Gladiator 2, the Wakanda Forever, Got to have the Dune popcorn bucket when you're home alone, of course. The TMNT popcorn bucket. This is really neat. If you've ever seen the movie, it's incredibly sad. It's called Grave of the Fireflies. But the little girl in that movie loves this hard candy that they actually made for a long time, and they discontinued it. So this candy is not made anymore. And I went ahead and bought one of those tins of candy before they stopped making it on eBay. This is from when Severance season 2 came out, and they sent me one of those balloons with my face on it, which I thought was creepy and adorable. This is an ATN News cup from Succession. Love that show. Had to keep it. This Kristen Stewart Rolling Stone issue, I bought myself. This is a 3D printed ocarina. I don't remember why I have this or who made it. Not very good. I don't know Epona's song anymore. These Legos, had to get the Batmobile, love the Batman, had to have the Ornithopter. I think my wife thrifted that Grogu. You wouldn't believe what they send, like really expensive, nice leather bags that just say Gladiator 2. And even though that movie's not that good, it's like, this is a really nice bag. So you got to keep it. Phoenician Scheme is a good movie. They sent me this briefcase. It's like a super nice briefcase. This is like a $200 briefcase. And I dress like this at all times. So when I walk around with this, which I'd love to do, I look silly. I came over to record the podcast once in the studio carrying this, and it was just full of bananas and stuff. I just wanted to bring it and look cool. I don't know. Some of the stuff they send is so neat. Like when the Pharrell movie, the Lego Pharrell movie, that sounds so weird out loud, but that's totally what that movie was. Piece by Piece came out. They sent me this plaque, and it looks like, and it says Movies Are Therapy on it. And so now it looks like I went platinum, but I didn't. And then last, but certainly not least, this tight corner over here, I've got the Mando helmet. I should have gave that to Steve. He likes Star Wars a lot more than me, but I'm like, it looks so cool. I've got Gore the God Butcher and Geralt of Rivia action figures that I thrifted. Of course, the Turbo Man. Everybody notices that from Jingle All the Way. This isn't original. They re-released it, and then it immediately sold out again. So I guess I am still lucky to have it. But this came out it was just a couple of years ago that I bought this straight up at Walmart. This is my wife and I. If we were in the Rick and Morty universe, that was a gift from a friend. All kinds of cool stuff. I try to keep as much as I can, but it gets really overwhelming. A lot of people ask why I'm always wearing this hat. It's just because it's always sitting there right when I'm about to record a video. I have lots of hats, as you can see. Thunderbolt hat, Fantastic Four hat, Mission Impossible hat. Get a shot of this. So many hats. Another A24 one. That's embarrassing, but there's a lot. And I don't wear them that much. I don't know. One last thing I have to show you. This is one of the first things that a studio ever sent me. It was from HBO Max. It's from Succession. One of the first super cool things. I was like, whoa, holy shit. This is a Monopoly set, but branded with Succession. I don't know how much it's worth. Maybe it's worth less because it says Succession on it. I'm not sure, but this actual Monopoly set is like $400 or $500. It's like a super fancy Monopoly set. I'm afraid to play on it because it's also Succession branded, and I doubt they'll ever make these again. And it's just been sitting here in this giant box. I don't know what to do with it, but I'm finally delighted to be able to at least show someone. It's just been sitting here. Only I know about this. I hope you enjoyed that little tour. I know people have asked over the years for a room tour, and I'm like, it's just a tiny room with a bunch of nerd shit. I don't really see the point of that. But actually, I'm pretty proud of it now. My wife kind of helped me get it together, and it's presentable, at least for now. I'm really proud of all of this stuff, and I hope that you guys got some joy out of that. If you want me to do a deeper dive on anything, especially the movies, just comment down below. Thank you for watching the videos. I'm really trying to do something special and different here with the YouTube than I do on the Streaming Things podcast or the short form platforms. Be sure to like and subscribe, share the video, bring other people here. We love to build this community out. Thanks for watching.